The diplomatic meeting had been proceeding for 40 minutes with the specific, institutional quality of the significant occasion performed with the full quality the significant occasion required. The Accord's senior diplomatic delegation on one side of the formal table, the Varath sovereignty's court on the other. The particular, patient quality of two civilizations' formal representatives doing the work that the formal representatives did with the completeness the work deserved. Tail Vorn entered the royal hall at the 40-minute point. He was 34 years old, an Accord frontier infrastructure engineer, and he entered with the quality of someone performing the supporting function. The technical consultant present for the specific agenda item. The practical, unglamorous quality of someone whose presence in the royal hall was the technical requirement of the meeting's second agenda item, rather than the diplomatic requirement of the meeting's primary function. He had been briefed on the joint infrastructure development proposal with the quality of someone who understood the technical requirements, and who was, in the understanding, prepared to give the technical quality the proposal required. He walked through the royal hall's entrance with the quality of the function. The royal hall had the specific, formal quality of a space built for the significant function, the centuries of the institutional architecture, the particular quality of somewhere that understood its own importance, and that communicated the understanding through the accumulated character of the space's design. He read it briefly with the engineer's quality, the structural assessment, the functional reading of the space, and filed it. He walked toward the technical consultant's designated position. The path took him past the secondary seating area, the specific, functional quality of the area designated for the court's non-primary participants. The junior officials and the family members whose presence in the royal hall was the institutional requirement rather than the diplomatic necessity. He was not looking at the secondary seating area. He was walking to the technical consultant's designated position with the quality of someone doing the function. She noticed him. The noticing had the specific, involuntary quality of something that was not the managed response. The particular, full-body quality of a recognition that arrived before the management could contain it. The complete stillness of someone who has seen something that the seeing required the full quality of the response. And that was, in the requiring, producing the response with the completeness the requirement demanded. The young Varath woman in the secondary seating area stopped breathing. Not the performed quality, the genuine, physical quality of someone whose breath had been interrupted by the specific, complete quality of a recognition that was too significant for the ordinary respiratory function's continuation. She said, with the quality of something that arrived before the words could be assessed, "Mom," the word in the Varath language, addressed to the queen at the diplomatic table with the specific, direct quality of a daughter addressing a mother rather than a court member addressing the sovereignty's queen. The word cutting across the formal space with the complete quality of the genuine thing cutting across the institutional space. Queen Sira Valn looked at her daughter. The daughter's eyes were on Tail Vorn, who had stopped walking, not because he had yet understood what was happening, but because the hall had changed around him in the specific, ambient way of somewhere that had received significant information, and that was, in the receiving, communicating the reception through the particular quality of the change. "Mom," the daughter said again, the quality of someone whose voice was doing the work that the breath was not available for. "It's him, the human who saved me." The royal hall's diplomatic meeting stopped. He stood in the position between the secondary seating area and the technical consultant's designated position, and he read the room. He read it with the 10 years quality, the specific, trained attention of someone who had been on the frontier for 10 years, and who had, in the 10 years, built the particular quality of someone for whom the reading of the situation was the function's foundation, and for whom the foundation was worth the building. He read, the diplomatic meeting suspended. The Accord's senior delegation in the professional stillness of people who had understood that something significant had occurred, and who were, in the understanding, doing the professional thing of being present without the performed quality of people pretending the significant thing had not occurred. The sovereignty's court in the specific, alert quality of people whose function was the reading of the significant thing and who were, in the reading, building the picture. He read, the queen at the diplomatic table. Not the diplomatic quality, not the institutional quality of the sovereignty's queen in the formal meeting's register. The specific, underneath quality of someone who had heard her daughter say it's him, the human who saved me, and who was, in the hearing, in the personal space of the complete picture with the full quality of someone for whom the complete picture was not the institutional picture. He read, the young Varath woman in the secondary seating area. Standing now, she had come to her feet with the specific, direct quality of someone who was in the genuine space of the significant thing, and who was, in the being, present in it with the full quality of the genuine response. Young, 17, possibly 18. The Varath characteristic, the pointed ears through dark hair and the formal arrangement of the court's occasion. The breathless quality settling into the specific, genuine quality of someone who was in the presence of the significant thing. He looked at her with the engineer's full attention, the specific, methodical reading of the person in front of him. He said, Veth's crossing. Her breath returned. Yes, she said. The specific, quiet quality of someone whose recognition had been confirmed. He looked at her. 4 years ago, he said. Yes, she said. He stood with the picture building, the 4 years and Veth's crossing and the structural failure and the secondary levels blocked section, and the 7 people and the 6th through the primary maintenance access and the 7th. The 7th, he looked at her. You were the 7th, he said. Yes, she said. He looked at her. You were 13, he said. Yes, she said. I am 17 now. He looked at her face. The 4 years visible in the face with the specific, honest quality of time that had been lived rather than managed. And he looked at the queen at the diplomatic table, and he built the complete picture with the quality the complete picture required. You are the queen's daughter, he said. Yes, the daughter said. He was quiet for a moment with the quality of someone who was in the complete picture and who was, in the being, giving the complete picture the honest time it required. He looked at the queen was looking at him, he said, I did not know who she was. No, the queen said, I know. The queen said, the diplomatic meeting is in recess, 15 minutes. The court and the delegation received the recess with the professional quality of people doing what the institutional framework required. The hall emptied. 3 people remained. Tail Vorn stood in the position between the secondary seating area and the technical consultant's designated position. The daughter, Era, he would learn the name in the minutes that followed, had come from the secondary seating area, and was standing in front of him with the specific, complete quality of someone who had been building to this moment for 4 years, and who was, in the moment's arrival, present in it with the full quality of the building's conclusion. The queen had not moved from the diplomatic table. She was watching them with the quality that was both the queen's quality and the mother's quality simultaneously, both present, both complete, both looking at the person who had been in the maintenance section at Veth's crossing 4 years ago. Era said, I did not know your name. No, he said. The crisis's conditions did not produce the introduction. I tried to find you, she said. After the evacuation, I told my mother what had happened. The engineer in the maintenance section. She tried to find the record. The incident report, he said. The incident report documented the evacuation's function, the queen said from the diplomatic table. The engineer's designation was in the report as the maintenance rotation's assigned personnel. Yes, he said. The designation produced the maintenance rotation's assignment record, the queen said. The assignment record produced the name. The name was in the Accord's infrastructure personnel database. She paused. I found the name 4 years ago, in the weeks after the transit station's evacuation. He looked at her. And you did not make contact, he said. No, she said. Why? He said. She looked at him with the full quality of someone who had been in the personal space of this question for 4 years. Because the contact would have required the institutional framework's involvement, she said. The sovereignty's queen making contact with the Accord's infrastructure engineer. The institutional framework's involvement would have been the complete context, the diplomatic channels, the formal acknowledgement, the significant gratitude communicated through the institutional architecture's appropriate form. She paused. The thing I wanted to communicate was not the institutional quality. What was it? He said. Personal, she said. The specific, particular quality of something that the institutional framework does not have the adequate form for. He was quiet. He looked at Era. She was looking at him with the quality of 4 years. The specific, accumulated quality of someone who had been thinking about the 40 seconds, and the maintenance access, and the engineer who knew the systems, and who had done the function. Tell me what you remember, he said. She looked at him. The failure's sound, she said. The specific structural quality of the sound, I had not heard that sound before, and I understood immediately what the sound meant without knowing how I understood it. The group's chaperone had begun the primary evacuation route. I was not with the group. She paused. I had gone back to the secondary level's educational space. For the book, he said. She looked at him. You know about the book, she said. Your mother told me, he said. She looked at the Queen. Yes, she said. For the book. She looked back at him. I found the book. The access to the primary evacuation route was blocked. The failure's progression had moved faster in the secondary level's eastern section than the standard failure model would have produced. I was in the blocked section with 6 other people who had been in the secondary level for the various reasons. The secondary level had them there. And then, he said, and then the maintenance access opened, she said, from the inside. And you came through it with the quality of someone who knew where the access was, and what the access connected to, and who was, in the coming through it, already in the function of the getting through. He was quiet. The 6 through the primary maintenance access, he said, and then the access began to compromise. Yes, she said. The 6 were through. I was the last. The access's compromise had begun, the specific structural quality of something that was going to close, and that was, in the going to close, communicating the closing's timeline. You were small, he said. 13 years old and small. The compromised section's reduced clearance was. Sufficient, she said, with 40 seconds. He looked at her. With 40 seconds, he said. Yes, she said. I counted. In the 4 years, I have counted many times. The medical record in the safe zone documented the access's full compromise at 40 seconds after we cleared it. He looked at her. You read the medical record, he said. My mother found it, she said. In the incident report's supporting documentation, the safe zone's medical personnel noted the access's compromised timing. She looked at him. 40 seconds is a specific number. Yes, he said. My mother says it often, she said. Not aloud, the quality of someone who says a number in the internal space of the carrying rather than the external space of the saying. But I know when she is saying it. He looked at the Queen. The Queen looked at him. 4 years of mornings, the Queen said. The specific accumulated quality of 4 years of every morning where era is present in the morning. Because the maintenance access's compromised final section was navigated in the specific, practical quality of an infrastructure engineer who knew the building systems, and who was, in the knowing, doing the function the knowledge was for. He was quiet. The function required doing, he said. The resources were available. The outcome was the outcome the decisions produced. Yes, the Queen said. I know that is how you understand it. It is the accurate understanding, he said. It is the accurate understanding of the infrastructure engineer's function, she said. It is not the accurate understanding of the mother's experience. He looked at her. She looked at him with the full, direct quality of someone who was in the personal space, and who was, in the being, giving the personal space the honest expression it had deserved for 4 years. The day after the transit station's evacuation, she said. The chaperone's report and the group's safe arrival and the accounting of who was where, the accounting finding the gap was era. She paused. The accounting found her in the safe zone with the infrastructure engineer who had brought her through the maintenance access's compromised final section. The safe zone's record has her name and your designation and the 40 seconds. He was quiet. I read the file, she said. The standard documentation of a frontier posting, the assignment record, the incident report's engineer designation, and then I read the 10 years. The complete record, he said. Yes, she said. The complete record of the Accord's infrastructure engineer on the maintenance rotation standard cycle, the postings and the function and the specific honest quality of the work across 10 years. She looked at him. The record has the specific, consistent quality of someone who does the function, because the function requires doing, and who does it with the quality the function deserves, and who does not require the doing to be acknowledged or the quality to be recognized. He looked at her. That is the infrastructure engineer's standard quality, he said. No, she said. It is the quality that the function requires and that the function does not always have. The function and the quality of the function are 2 different things. She looked at him. The incident report is the honest documentation of an evacuation conducted under the compromised conditions. The incident report describes the function. The function's quality is what the incident report does not fully describe. He was quiet. Era said, the book. He looked at her. You know about the book, she said. My mother told you. Yes, he said. The specific small quality of the Frontier Infrastructure Station's library, she said. The joint library, the Accord and Varath texts together. I had borrowed a book and left it in the educational space, and I went back for it. A book, he said. Yes, she said. I know, the crisis was produced by the book. No, he said. The crisis was produced by the structural failure. You were in the secondary level because of the book. The distinction matters. She looked at him. You are very specific, she said. The infrastructure engineer's quality, he said. The accurate picture is the foundation of the accurate function. She looked at him with the quality of 4 years of thinking about this person. The book is still in my room, she said. He looked at her. Which book? He said. The Joint Library's copy of the Accord's Frontier Settlement Histories, she said. The first 100 years. The specific, practical quality of the people who built the first things in the places, the institutional framework had not yet reached. He was very still. That is, he said, the specific book I would have gone back for. She looked at him. I know, she said. I read it 4 times in the 4 years. He looked at her. What did the reading produce? He said. She looked at him with the full quality of 17 years and the 4 years and the 40 seconds and the book and the honest answer. The understanding, she said, that the frontier's first things were built by the specific, particular quality of people who did the function, because the function required doing, and who found in the doing the specific, honest sufficiency of the work. The book describes that quality across the first 100 years, the consistent presence of someone who builds the thing because the thing needs building, and who does not require the building to be more than the building. He looked at her, and you read it in the context of the 40 seconds, he said. Yes, she said. The 40 seconds and the book and the specific, honest quality of the person who was in the maintenance section and who knew the systems and who did the function. She looked at him. The book and the 40 seconds are the same quality. He was quiet. Page 214, he said. She looked at him. Yes, she said. How do you know page 214? The 43rd Settlement's Infrastructure Survey, he said. The engineer who found the water table 18 meters below the expected depth and who redesigned the entire settlement system in the field with the resources available. She was very still. It is my favorite account in the book, she said. It is the account, he said, that produced my decision to become an infrastructure engineer. She looked at him. The function because the function required doing, she said. Yes, he said. And the quality the function deserved, she said. Yes, he said. She looked at him with the full quality, 17 years and 4 years and the 40 seconds and the book and the page 214 and the quality that was the same quality. The Queen was watching them. She was watching them with the full quality, the mother's quality and the Queen's quality both present, both complete, both in the same person who had been managing both for 4 years and who was, in the royal hall's between space, in the specific, genuine quality of the honest space where the managing was not required. The personal thing, Tale said to the Queen, that you wanted to communicate, the thing the institutional framework's contact would have required the institutional quality for. She looked at him. Yes, she said. What is the personal thing, he said. The complete version. She looked at him for a long moment. The complete version, she said, is that 4 years ago I was in the frontier's honest conditions of finding that the accounting had found a gap, and the gap was my daughter's name. And the gap was closed. The safe zones record found her with your designation and the 40 seconds. And in the closing, the gap's closure produced the specific quality of a mother's experience that the institutional framework does not have the adequate form for. He looked at her. Tell me the specific quality, he said. She looked at him. The specific quality, she said, is that the 40 seconds are present in every morning. The specific, accumulated quality of 4 years of every morning where era is present in the morning. Because the maintenance access's compromised final section was navigated in the specific, practical quality of someone who knew the building systems, and who was, in the knowing, doing the function the knowledge was for. She paused. The 40 seconds are the 40 seconds. They are also 4 years of every morning. They are also every morning that follows. He was quiet, and the record, she said, the complete record of the infrastructure engineer on the maintenance rotations standard cycle. The postings and the function and the consistent quality of someone who does the work because the work requires doing. She looked at him. I read the record and I found the person. The incident reports engineer and the 10 years record and the person who was in the maintenance section at Veth's crossing because the maintenance rotation had placed him there and who was, in the being placed there, doing the function with the quality the function deserved. The record is the standard documentation, he said. The record, she said, is the honest documentation of the function performed across 10 years with the consistent quality of someone for whom the function's quality mattered. The standard documentation is what the record is called. The honest documentation is what the record is. She looked at him. I know the difference. He looked at her. The institutional framework does not have the form, he said. No, she said. The gratitude that 4 years of every morning produces. The institutional framework has the formal acknowledgement and the diplomatic recognition, and the significant gesture communicated through the appropriate channel. Those are the institutional forms. She looked at him. They are insufficient. What is sufficient, he said. She looked at him for a long time. This, she said, the honest space, the personal thing said in the personal space. The 40 seconds acknowledged as the 40 seconds and also as 4 years of every morning. The record read as the record of the person rather than the documentation of the function. She looked at him. The sufficient thing is the honest space. He was quiet. He looked at Era. She was looking at him with the specific, direct quality of someone who had been in the secondary level's blocked section, and who was, in the royal hall's between space, present in the specific, genuine quality of the person who had been there with her. Tail, she said. His name in the Varath personal register, not the Accord's infrastructure engineer's designation, not the maintenance rotations assigned personnel. The name in the register of the 40 seconds and the book and the page 214 and the honest space. He looked at her. Era, he said. Her name in the Accord's personal register, not the Queen's daughter's formal designation, not the court's institutional address. The name in the register of the secondary level's blocked section and the maintenance access, and the 40 seconds and the honest space. The Queen looked at them. She looked at them with the full quality. The mother's quality and the Queen's quality both present and both complete, and both looking at the person who had been in the maintenance section at Veth's, crossing 4 years ago, and who had done the function with the quality the function deserved. Sira, he said, her name, not the institutional designation, the name in the honest space. She looked at him. Yes, she said, Sira. He looked at her. He looked at the royal hall and the diplomatic meeting's suspended quality and the recess's remaining minutes, and the institutional framework waiting in the adjacent space. The diplomatic meeting will resume, he said. Yes, she said. The technical agenda item will proceed, he said. Yes, she said. The institutional quality will be the institutional quality, he said. Yes, she said. He looked at her. And after the institutional meeting, he said, she looked at him. The honest space, she said. The personal thing, the form the institutional framework does not have. Yes, he said. She looked at him. The record, she said, the 10 years. The consistent quality of someone who does the function, because the function requires doing. Yes, he said, and after the 10 years, she said. The maintenance rotation at Veth's crossing, the structural failure, the 7 people. The 6th through the primary access. And the 7th, he said, and the 7th, she said, through the compromised final section with 40 seconds. He looked at her. The 40 seconds, he said. Yes, she said. 4 years of every morning. He looked at Era. Page 214, he said. Yes, she said. The 43rd settlement, the water table 18 meters below the expected depth, the engineer who redesigned the entire system in the field. With the resources available, he said. Yes, she said, with the resources available. He looked at them, the Queen and the daughter, the mother's quality and the 17 years and the 4 years and the 40 seconds, and the book and the page 214, and the honest space and the personal thing, and the form the institutional framework did not have. The honest space, he said, will be present after the institutional meeting. Yes, the Queen said, it will. And the personal thing, he said, will have the form it requires, she said, not the institutional form, the honest form. He looked at her. Yes, he said. Outside the royal hall, the Accord's senior diplomatic delegation was preparing to return for the meeting's resumption, the professional quality of people doing the institutional function with the complete quality the function required. The sovereignty's court was in the adjacent spaces with the professional quality of the court doing what the institutional framework required. The significant occasion was proceeding with the full quality the significant occasion deserved. Inside the royal hall, in the between space of the recess's final minutes, the infrastructure engineer and the Queen's daughter and the Queen were in the specific, genuine quality of the honest space. The space that the 40 seconds, and the book, and the 4 years, and the personal thing, and the page 214, and the names said in the personal register had built. Not the institutional space, not the diplomatic meeting's formal quality, not the significant gratitude communicated through the institutional architecture's appropriate form. The honest space, where the personal thing was present. Where the 40 seconds were real, and the 4 years of every morning were real, and the book was real, and the page 214 was real. Where the names were said in the register of the genuine thing. Which was, as the 10 years and the 4 years and the 40 seconds, and the secondary levels blocked section, and the maintenance access, and the compromised final section, and the book, and the page 214, and the personal thing and the honest space had always been building toward. Exactly where the function led when it was done with the quality it deserved, and the consistent quality of someone for whom the function's quality mattered. The 40 seconds, real 4 years of every morning, real the honest space, present.